That's a very weird law, though. That is a very weird. Oh, thank you, my love. God. Sentimental value with that. Directly from Tim Armstrong himself. I wish. Hey, are we ready? What are you doing in there? What are you doing in there? Looking for another band to play in? You can leave it open now. Ha! No, I gotta turn your mic on.
Is my mic on?
Yeah, but I'm having trouble with these headphones. Go ahead.
Check.
I only got one.
Alright, I'm gonna bring us in a minute, okay?
Say something.
Check. Mic check, you good?
Yeah. There we go. Now I sound like a radio host. Okay, are you gonna play the whole song?
Alright, I will. I'll bring us in. Right at 9 o'clock.
Well, you're actually on time today.
You know what?
Where's Alan Losi? Hurry up, I got another voicemail from Billy Joe Armstrong.
Oh no.
Dream Car, what a band. Hey, Tartar Control's in the music news. Don't you guys like them?
Yeah, I like those guys.
I didn't think they were good enough to make punknews.org. What the fuck? It's 9:01. Are we good?
I've been bruised, I've been broken, and I'm backed up against the wall. But my will to survive can be stolen, and you can't make me fall. How pretending pundits try to ruin my good name. Parents and therapists tell me I'm not what I blame. Like a man, but I can understand why they won't make me alone. Best friends and enemies, I got a better of my own. I've been used, been abused, I've been bruised, I've been broken, and I'm backed up against the wall. But my will to survive can be stolen, and you can't make me fall. around. There's no one to be back to when I just get by my life. I guess I'm trying to keep on trying. Someday I'll get it right. I've been used, been abused, I've been bruised, I've been broken, and I'm backed up against the wall. But my will to survive can be stolen, and you can make me fall. You can make me fall. Can make me fall.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. We are live. You are listening to the music show on Kaotic Radio. You can catch us here every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 Pacific. I am joined, as usual, by my man, Chris McBride in the engineer room. How are you this morning?
I am doing good. How are you?
Good. I'm real good. Good to see you. A little windy getting in here today, huh?
Yes, it was.
I tell you, I'm such a bitch. You know, I'm in a car and it's blowing all over the place, but then I see a dude on a motorcycle fly by me at 80 miles an hour.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's really bizarre, you know. It always seems to trip me out. So anyway, hope everybody is having a nice Saturday morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this is the music show only on chaoticradio.com. Our new call-in number here at the station is area code 909-360-8330. Again, that's 909-360-8330. You can also email me, Greg Dickson at chaoticradio.com. So, something I want to jump into right away. Somebody that I've always really looked up to, well, actually, and we're also celebrating 25 years of the LA riots. So that's to the day today. So we're going to have Ernie C from Body Count, which is going to call in. He was going to come down a few weeks ago, but I was sick and I had to postpone the show. So call-in's better than nothing. I'm really excited to talk to him. This new Body Count album is sick. Then 1992 they released Cop Killer, which was very controversy, a big controversy, and you know, it was pulled from shelves, and record labels didn't want to have anything to do with it, and it was shortly after the riot. So he's going to fill us in on all of that. And then we have an awesome ukulele player coming in today that covers all kinds of songs from Depeche Mode to Motorhead to Guttermouth. So I'm really stoked on that. Somebody I want to I want to talk about right now, and I want to get into this news story, is former Guns N' Roses guitarist Izzy Stradlin. This guitar player is so underestimated and so not in the limelight. He hasn't been doing any of the Guns N' Roses tours. He's pretty much pulled away from the band. But if you remember correctly, that album, Appetite for Destruction, which was absolutely just, every track on that album was amazing. I think that album went to sell just about as much, if not more, than Michael Jackson's Thriller. Well, Izzy Stradlin is actually making a guest appearance on John Mellencamp's new album. The album is called Sad Clowns and Hillbillies. So I'm really, really excited. I love Izzy Stradlin. He, you know, all those songs, Mr. Brownstone, Sweet Child of Mine, you know, all the way down to Used to Love Her and everything that was on that album. You know, he's a big co-writer on that album, and I think a lot of people aren't aware of that. So you pick up that album, the Appetite for Destruction album, and listen to it. I mean, it is just a phenomenal record. There's not one bad song on that record. Night Train, Izzy was a big part of. The backup vocals, he was also just, you know, big on that. And, you know, I think that there's just some sort of falling out with the guys where Izzy just didn't want to go on to do the tour. But I'm really hoping to get my hands on him and get him down to the studio here on the phone one time soon. Also, something I wanted to get into on the hip hop side of things, the DMX. You know, I always like to kind of keep up with all the hip hop, all genres. It's a music show. Checks himself back into rehab. He just canceled a show at the Observatory in Santa Ana due to a medical emergency, and basically sources have learned that he's checked himself back into a treatment center, and he's always kind of struggled with substance abuse, if you will. This is really cool. I think you guys will get a kick out of this. Chris, this is really cool. Kirk Hammett from Metallica. Yeah, as everybody knows, I'm a Metallica fan, and I take so much heat for it, but you know what? It's okay. Ernie Ball, you know what Ernie Ball is?
Yes.
They came up with a string, and they've given it to Kirk Hammett. It's Ernie Ball, a guitar string exclusive, break-resistant strings. Chris?
Yeah.
Follow with me here?
Yes, I'm with you.
Break resistant strings, and they give them to Kurt, and they want him to try to break the string. So here's a little clip of that. I'll turn the computer
go. That didn't work.
So, if you play guitar, that might be a string that you might want to pick up. Ernie Ball break resistant strings. I guess if Kurt can't break them, nobody can. I don't know. That'd be I'd like to see more players with those. Anyway, if you're just tuning in, you are listening to the music show here on Kaotic Radio. We are live every Saturday morning. We have a great show in store for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for listening. And we got our first guest in the house today, and we're going to get him all set up. And we will be back as soon as this song is over. And I don't even know what song I want to play today. Chris, I got so many songs now.
Yeah, we'll just pick a rockin' one.
Here's a song that I really like. AFI, Fall Children. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the show. We are live. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, something I wanted to touch on that I didn't get a second to touch on when we started the show was Zach Wilde reuniting with Ozzy after 30 years. Or excuse me, 30th anniversary. I apologize. Black Sabbath singer and Wilde first teamed up in 1987 when the guitarist replaced Osbourne's then guitarist Jakey Lee. Jakey Lee was rad. He was on the Bark at the Moon album, Black Rain, No Rest for the Wicked. So if you've ever caught if you like metal and if you've had a chance to catch Ozzy's solo stuff, it's great. I mean, he has got some great solo stuff. Of course, Sabbath is great too, but I got to tell you, I'm really excited. I liked Jakey Lee a lot too back in the day. I grew up on him. I remember watching him on MTV, and he was a ripping guitar player, and he does a bunch of studio work now too. But if you like the Oz, definitely got something to look forward to this summer. I think there's going to be more news on this, but it's just great. I was hoping that Ozzy was not going to hang it up once Black Sabbath decided to retire. I'm a huge Sabbath fan, but I really like a lot of guys, they looked up to Lemmy. Lemmy was a wild and crazy guy, and Lemmy, that's rad. But I think I've said this before too. My wild and crazy guy's always been Ozzy. I've always loved Oz. I think Ozzy's great. Not a big fan of his wife, but whatever. I'm a fan of Ozzy. So we're gonna jump right into things. We have our first guest in the house today, and I am so excited to have this gentleman here. Ukulele Hiroshi.
Hiro.
Well, Hero is the actual the name. So, LA-based ukulele cover player. You played with Jerry from Voodoo Glow Skulls.
Yeah.
Here, let's put you right onto that mic, right in the middle where the band is. You want to talk right into that?
Oh, right here.
Right
okay.
there.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much for making the trip. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to get into your bio here in a second, but I just got to tell you, I think the world of you. I went to see a band, and I'm not going to say the band, but I went to see a band a few months ago, and I wasn't too impressed, and they were good. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. And then there was a cover band, and then you were playing in between, and it was like the highlight of the night, if you will.
Really?
It was really just phenomenal. I think that you're not only a great player, but you're a wonderful spirit. You're a really genuine, down to earth, real super cool dude.
Thank you.
And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to reach out to you and have you on my show, because I love people with good attitudes. I love good spirits, and I love what you're doing. So I'm going to get into this, but where did this idea come from?
Ukulele and punk. There's one YouTube video.
Yeah.
It's like 4 or 5 years old boy playing a ukulele. I think that's cover of I'm Yours.
Right.
And he plays like rockstar, like making rock face and play.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of the video inspired me and started playing.
That's great, and you're very well respected. I mean, El Jefe from NoFX. I should congratulate. I want to congratulate you on being on the Guttermouth album, the Ho Enchilada. Like they put you on that. Great, guys. Guttermouth is hands down one of my favorite bands ever. I don't care how drunk Mark gets on stage. I don't care if the shows like they're not that good at times. That is still my band. I love that band so much, and everybody knows how much I love Guttermouth. So how did that? So talk to me a little bit about that. Your Perfect World cover is just great. So I presume that's how they caught wind of it, and they I'm sure Mark loves it. So how did that all come to boil, if you will?
I sent them one of the Perfect World cover to them by email, and they liked it. So they called me for one of the show they played at the Observatory Santa Ana, and I played during the set of Guttermouth. I played Perfect World, and it just happened.
That's great. Who is your favorite punk rock band?
That's a tough question.
Because I got your CD, which is so cool that you give them out for free, not one but two.
Right.
You know, and you got some new wave hits on there. You got Motorhead on there. So you're kind of all over the place. And that's kind of like what my show's about, the music show. I didn't want to be pigeonholed into one genre of music. I love everything from hip hop to punk rock to old new wave. And I think that's really what makes my show kind of a little bit more unique, if you will. Okay. Music is music. I don't really like to classify things and put it in its own thing. I just think music is music, and if you have a talent and you play, we play. It doesn't matter if we play punk rock, if we play ska, if we play country, if we play hip hop. You know, there's a saying that says, you know, if rappers had to learn how to play an instrument, there'd be a lot less of them. You know, and I kind of get it, but at the same time, I think that music is beautiful, and that saying, you know, life without music would be a mistake. I don't know if you've heard that before, but I think that you covering such a wide genre of music is really just kick ass.
Thank you.
You know,
I just play whatever I like.
Yeah, that's great. I like listening to it. So Ukulele Hero is here in the studio now at Kaotic Radio. He doesn't play or sing fancy. He says he played his very first show in 2013 of April. He's been playing around California, Arizona, Japan, sharing the stage with great bands such as Dead Kennedys, DRI, Vandals, Down by Law, Guttermouth, Voodoo Glow Skulls, Poison Idea, Slapshot, Necromatics, Whitecaps, Death March, Left Alone, Assorted Jelly Beans, Pulley, The Briggs, Dwarfs, Implants, The Queers, Drain Bramage, JFA, Tiki Bandits, Maxie's 10-foot pole, and there's so much more. He's got demos all over the place. We got some shows that we're gonna plug. So how long have you been at this? Playing.
It's like 3-4 years, I think.
Yeah. And then do you get called a lot to go out and play shows? Or are you kind of booking your own shows? Because if I was a talent buyer, I'd be reaching out to you all the time.
Mostly, the band I play with get me another show, or there's some cool friends booking me.
When you play like songs like Bob, what's the how do they reciprocate it? Fat Mike and El Jefe and all those guys, they really love it from what I could tell.
Really?
Yeah, they give you a lot of love for that. A lot of respect.
Did you see the video?
Yes.
He jumped on? Yeah, that was just happened. He was there, and I didn't know he was there, but someone came up on mic and started singing.
Yeah.
I was like, who the hell is this guy? And I saw it's Jefe.
Yeah.
So that was amazing.
That's great. Well, hey, why don't you play a song for us?
Sure.
Anything you want, fire away. I don't care what you want to play. Do you guys got a request you want him to play?
I'll go for it, man.
Okay.
If you're just tuning in, we got Ukulele Hero here on Kaotic Radio. This is a music show. We are live every Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. Chris is in the engineer room, and Ukulele Hero's getting set up here. And what are you going to play for us? What do you want to play for us?
Want me to play Rancid or?
Yeah, let's hear Rancid. Okay. I like Rancid. Right. I think Rancid's a great band. Here we go. Ukulele Hero playing some Rancid.
Isolation
My world was almost gone. Instead of rush, I could almost start the things that I've done wrong. My jungle made of concrete. Through the silence I can feel that my aim is true, and I'm walking through these mountains made of steel. And I said, do you know what the power is? Pull the strings. Do you know what the power is? I said, starts and ends with you. I said, starts and ends with you. I said, starts and ends with you. Hey!
Beautiful. I couldn't have done it any better.
That was badass, dude. So good. So good.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. When do you play other instruments besides the ukulele?
Yeah, I play guitar.
You play guitar.
Yeah, I've been playing Japanese punk band, three-piece punk band called Friday Nights.
Right.
We've been along like 15 years.
Really?
Yeah, we broke up, and I joined another band. Right now, I'm playing a ska band.
Oh, nice.
I play.
And you're playing guitar in the ska band?
Yeah,
Great. Now, where originally are you from?
I'm from Japan.
And when did you come? When did you come here?
It was
Well, especially to Southern California.
1998.
What brought you here?
Um,
The weather?
that's one of them. Japan could be cold.
Yeah.
Music and some challenge. Just wanted to do something
Right.
different.
Now, have you done this in Japan?
Ukulele.
Yeah,
no,
you-
I started ukulele.
You
here.
started it here.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how amazing it would be if you went back there and did it? Because the Asian culture just in general is my favorite, and my wife, my kids, everybody know that, like, out of all ethnicities, that is like my favorite is the food, the people, just everything that contributes. But not only that, it's the way they are so involved with music. I mean, you go over there. We have friends, that go over there and play for people that can't speak English, but they could sing all the songs, and it's great. I mean, I think
like me.
yeah, kind of just like you, right? So I think that would be really, really, neat if you could, take something like that back home and play on one of those monster shows that a lot of these bands here go there and do. Because did you get to watch punk rock bands there in Japan when you were there?
Yeah.
Obviously, right? I mean, how old were you when you came here to Southern California?
20.
20.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, you had to catch some bands there, right?
Right. Yeah. I was into one of the Japanese band called High Standard. They're on Fat Records. They were really huge there, and I went to see them play like as much as I can. I was there, and some fat band came like Strung Out, Weasel. Yeah, I went to see them.
Yeah, Fat Mike's really done amazing things with that label, with Fat Records. How can our listeners catch up and stay up with you? Is it mostly Facebook, Instagram? Well, obviously it is, but
Right.
What is your Facebook? What's your Instagram? Go ahead and plug that so our Kaotic family and our Kaotic listeners can follow you and come out and support you and check out your shows, and then play another song for me.
Okay. it's a ukulele hero with after Facebook or Instagram.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. What gave you the idea to do it, with the ukulele and not just maybe an acoustic guitar? And then I got to ask you, where did the kazoo come into all of this? That I think is the icing on the cake. So, a two-part question. First, ukulele, why not the acoustic? And then, how did the kazoo make its way?
Okay. The reason I picked up ukulele is my apartment is too small, and too loud to play acoustic guitar. So ukulele was the best size to play.
Right.
Yeah. And kazoo, I actually don't remember how I picked that. I recorded kazoo for my old band. We did a Love Me Tender cover of
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and we put kazoo on it. That's the first time I used kazoo. I think I just mixed it,
and it worked.
Yeah.
Do you find that a lot of, especially in Japan, they're still very supportive of the music business as far as buying albums and buying merchandise, and not just kind of like how we are here with the electronic downloading and you know,
it's pretty much same.
Is it?
People are not buying record.
The convenience
anymore.
factor.
Right.
Yeah. So what are you listening to right now in the punk rock world? I mean, I know everything, but I asked you the question earlier, but I don't think we answered it. What is your favorite punk rock band right now?
NoFX, Rancid is always favorite, but I'm a big fan of Voodoo Glow Skulls.
Yeah, I love the Voodoo. I had Frank in here. I love Voodoo Glow Skulls. Again, right up there in my top 5 in the punk rock. Are you coming It's Not Dead this year?
I want to go, but I try not to buy ticket.
Well, you're not going to buy a ticket because I'm putting you on the guest list. We're playing, so you're there. You can hang out with us.
Okay,
maybe
cool.
That guy right behind you, he plays guitar with us, and that's the drummer. So maybe you guys can write a song or something together and come sit in or something. But definitely consider yourself there. What do you do in your free time? What do you like to do outside of playing music?
Drinking beer.
Hey, we might be hanging out before It's Not Dead. You know what I got to tell you? When I first saw you play, I was so taken back because it was a dark room and you had glasses on. And when you took your glasses off, I didn't know you were Asian. And I was like, wow. Like, I don't know if you remember when I came up to you that night and I talked to you and I was like, dude, I didn't care about anything else. Like, I laughed like, wow, it was actually finally worth going out to see somebody play because something good actually came out of it. Actually, I was there supporting a really good friend. And his band is great. They're great guys. But I was just, you stole the night in my opinion. So, but for sure, It's Not Dead. You're there, dude. We'll hook you up. You come back and hang out with us and, bring the ukulele. I don't know. Maybe something will work out. We'll figure something out. How about another song?
Sure.
What do you feel like? Do you listen to any metal bands?
I used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't play metal song.
Yeah. You like to keep just the punk rock. Let me ask you a question. What is your favorite song to play for Ukulele Hero for what you're doing?
Johnny Cash, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
There you go.
Okay. When's your next show? Is this it here? May, right?
May, yeah.
May at a skateboard shop. Dan?
No, that's
that's old. That's your resume.
Yeah. I'm going to Vegas for punk rock bowling weekend.
Yes, I'll be there. What day are you going? All 3 days?
I'm just playing like local show with the Tiki Bandits, the Frank's side.
Oh, with Frank's band, the Tiki Bandits.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Where are you guys playing at?
I'm playing at Tiki Golden Tiki. That's the name of the bar.
What night do you know?
At the Friday.
Great, I will be there.
Okay.
I will be there.
Saturday.
I've wanted to see that band. I love Frank. I'll be honest. I could have gotten anybody in that band to come in here, and I was so persistent on Frank, and I offered to pay him. Mm-hmm. He goes, I won't take money for an interview. I go, and his schedule was just so all over the place, and he did, man. He came in and he stayed here for 2.5 hours, and sitting down with a guy like Frank and everybody in that band, I got to tell you, is just it's a breath of fresh air to see guys like that are just so successful, that still represent the Inland Empire. They keep it real. They got, I think, he's got his bike shop.
Right.
He's got the, George has not George. Eddie has Emily and the Blackouts. Frank's got the Tiki Bandits. I mean, great guys. And he did me a solid. And he was driving from state to state, and he took a Sunday afternoon, and I came in on a Sunday, and he came in and he did the show. And so I could never stop praising those guys. And we've played with them before, and it's just great. And I love that band so much. I really,
They're great guys.
I think it kind of goes to like somebody even like you, where you like the band, but then when you find out how great the people are in the band, such as yourself, and you're just a warm, down to earth, grounded person, it makes it even that much better. So yeah, love Voodoo Glow Skulls. So Tiki Bandits Punk Rock Bowling Friday night at the Tiki
Golden Tiki.
You'll be rocking.
Yeah.
And I'll be there. Great. Well, let's jump into some Johnny Cash. If you're just tuning in, this is the music show on Kaotic Radio. Ukulele Hero is in the house playing us all kinds of great tunes. I'll be posting some stuff live on Facebook, and you guys could check him out on Facebook, Instagram, or like I said, Friday, Punk Rock Bowling, May 27th in Las Vegas. He'll be there with Tiki Bandits, which is Frank from Voodoo Glow Skulls side project band. Make sure you guys get out there and check him out, and take a picture, give him a hug, and buy him a beer. He likes to drink beer. So let's jump into it. Johnny Cash, Ukulele Hero, only on Kaotic Radio.
I keep a close watch on this side of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the end out for the time that wise. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself wrong when you stay through. Yes, I admit I'm a fool for you. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Our show's night is dark and day is light. I keep you on my mind both day and night. A happiness I've known proof that it's light. Because you're mine, I walk the line. You've got a way to keep me on your side. You give me codes for love that I can't hide. For you I know I never try to turn the tide. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Because you're mine, I walk the line.
Beautiful.
Right.
That's great. I think that's probably definitely one of our favorites. Why don't you do? I know what's the 80s. You do what's the one, John, we were listening to last night? I let you hear.
Oh, lip sync.
It was on your SoundCloud. It was an 80s song. It was an 80s new wave song.
I've never played that song.
You got to play it for me. I can't remember which song it was.
What was it? I know.
If you're just tuning in, Ukulele Hero here on Kaotic Radio. We're live. This is a music show. All right, let's do Bob from NoFX.
Okay.
Oh, Funky
Funky
Town.
Town, right.
Let's do Funky Town for me, if you would.
Can't sing that one.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Okay, then give me another one. Let's do one. John, you got a request?
I'm looking at his SoundCloud right now. Which ones in the SoundCloud can you play? Can you play the? There's a Voodoo Glow Skull song on there, Land of Misfit Toys.
What's a mainstream? Let's do a mainstream. What's a mainstream song that you do? Like a real trendy.
You play I Don't Want to Hear It by Minor Threat.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
do that. Or Motorhead.
Yeah, he does Ace of Spades.
Let's do, yeah.
Right? Let's do Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
Okay, Ukulele Hero here on the Music Show on Kaotic Radio. We're live every Saturday from 9 to 11. If you want to talk to this fine gentleman, we might take some phone calls later on in the show. You can call us 909 360-8330, 909-360-8330, or feel free to email me, Greg Dickson at CaoticRadio.com. And if you can make it through our tough phone screener, Chris McBride, there in the engineer room, he might put you on the air. But right now, we're going to turn it back over to Ukulele Hero playing Ace of Spades from the one and only Motorhead. Rest in peace, Lemmy.
But that's the way I like it, baby. I don't wanna live forever. And don't forget the Joker. Pushing up the ante, I know you got to see me. Read them and weep, them dead my hands again.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Big yeah.
Wow. You're better than half the bands I see out there.
That was so good, man.
That's good. That. Are you a big Motorhead guy?
Yeah.
You want a water or a beer? We might have beer in the fridge. Tell Dutchie to bring this gentleman a beer. Hey, you know, we're going to have Ernie C. from Body Count on the phone, and I want you to stick around and join in. If you have any questions for him, definitely ask him. So, how far, I mean, this has kind of turned into like what, maybe a hobby, but it's really seemed to be taking off for you. And I could only imagine that maybe some bands are going to offer to take you on tour or something like that. Would you be up for something like that?
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah. I go anywhere.
That's great, dude. That's really cool. So are you, you got kids or anything? No, just kind of do your own thing.
Single.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you something, man. You really got a gift, and I think it's great. And I'm so happy that you're here, and you love ska music. What's your favorite ska band? You remember a band by the name of Bad Manners?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's listen to some ska, take a break, let you crack a beer, and we'll chill out for a minute, and then we'll come back. So if you're just tuning in, Ukulele Hero, there he goes. He got himself a cold one. Freshie. You are listening to The Music Show. I am your host, Greg Dickson. We are live. Dutchie, what do you think? Get on mic, Dutchie, now. The best. We'll be back. Bad Manners.
party, a little party, party reggae, 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 reggae. Little party, a little party, party reggae. Little party, a little party, party reggae.
listening to chaoticradio.com. So, we are going to get into some more stuff. Ernie C on the phone. Now, this is one guy I wish to God would come back and play a show. Why? Why won't this guy play a show? Danny Elfman, amazing. Do you not like this band? You don't like them?
I do.
Love this band so much. Oingo Boingo is rad.
Yeah.
A lot of the youngsters don't know Oingo Boingo. Okay, so I'm going to jump back into things. Ernie C will be on the phone in about 15 minutes, and we're going to be talking about the LA riots. We're going to be talking about Body Count. We're going to be talking about his guitar playing. We're going to be talking about the new album Bloodlust. We're going to be talking about their shows. We're going to be talking about the controversy when they released the song Cop Killer. But yeah, I got more Metallica news. How about that? Go figure. Hey, if you're in a Metallica tribute band and your gear gets stolen, as it did to this band in Portland, Metallica has stepped up and offered to buy him all new gear. How about that? Nobody cares. Metallica sucks. I know, huh? They got haircuts. They can't play. I get it, but anyway, I just thought it'd be good news. You like the Descendants? Do you? Well, I have something for you. I think I do. Where'd it go? I'll have to find it. Anyway, they released another new song. Did you hear it, John? It's called Who? New Descendants, Who We Are. I'll give you a little taste of it.
Woke up this morning to a different world. They're stomping on immigrants and groping girls. There's nothing American about us now. Our whole population driven underground. But I still believe in our democracy. Once and all, it's still the land of the free. So take it outside, shout it loud as you can. Defend the rights of every woman in there. That's who we are.
Sorry. So anyway, that's New Descendants. I wanted to also get into this new band. I know I've talked a lot about them. They're called Dream Car, made up of the three remaining members of No Doubt, Tony Kanal, Adrian Young, and Tom DuPont. I mean, this band, and Davey Havoc of AFI, this band, have you heard this band yet? Have you heard Dream Car? Okay, I'm going to let you hear this band. I don't know. I should probably turn on your mic and see how good I am at my job. I really think that this band is going to do something amazing. The music, I mean, I wasn't sure what to expect with this band, and I got to tell you, they blew me away. They have an 80s sound to them. They have an alternative sound, but I think they're just on top of it. And you know what? I mean, hey, No Doubt, phenomenal band. AFI, phenomenal band. But this band, I mean, to be able to write music like this and the time that we're in right now and have the success that they're having, I mean, they hit it out of the park. They got this. They got a couple songs. All of the Dead Girls, I think, is out now. They got signed to Columbia Records. So, I mean, you know, that's pretty huge. Yeah. So they're called Dream Car. You definitely get out and check those guys out. I don't know if you like the band Cheap Trick, but these guys are still going strong. They actually just released another album called We're All Right Now. We're All All Right. Cheap Trick's label is asking them to please release an album once a year. And the band is all for it. So good on those guys. If you've ever wondered about Dave Grohl and the history with a lot of the Nirvana stuff, Dave Grohl's mom she writes a book and talks about dark, sad times after Kurt Cobain's death. So they actually took this, I think, to the late night show. There was a lot of stuff about the Foo Fighters, a lot of stuff about Nirvana, a lot of stuff about what Dave was suffering with after the death of Kurt Cobain. May he rest in peace. Also, if you're a fan of Tiger Army, they have some shows coming up. Well, I missed that one. So get on their website. I might not have the correct dates, but California, Nevada shows. They have done some. I gotta revise my list. But Tiger Army, great band, still going strong. So definitely get out and check those guys out. Remember the rapper Tupac Shakur? There's a lot of news about this right now. Basically, Tupac was killed by a Southside Crip, former death row bodyguard says. So, you know, this whole deal with the whole Tupac thing and the whole Biggie Smalls thing, I mean, how these crimes were never solved is puzzling to me, but it looks like people are coming to the surface and they're starting to talk now. So I'd be interested to kind of see where this goes and if anybody will ever be convicted of anything from from these deaths back in the day. What do you feel like hearing? What do you want to hear? Give me a song. What do you want to listen to? More ska?
Yeah, more ska is fine.
More ska. Who do you want to hear? What's your favorite ska band? The Selector?
Like punk ska.
Oh, okay. So it means you want more voodoo.
Yeah. Or Suicide Machines.
Yeah, they're a great band, aren't they?
Against Authority.
Do you like the Reverend Horton Heat?
Who?
The Reverend Horton Heat? The Rev?
Well, that's not.
I know, but I'm just curious because I'm just looking at something right now. You know, here's a good ska band, actually. These guys are relatively new. Let me play them. They're called Left Alone. Have you heard of them?
I love them.
Yeah, well, see, you and I, we're buddies already. We both like the same band. We both like to drink beer.
I actually cover one of their songs.
Oh, you do? Well, you're going to play more. You're not done yet. Welcome back to the music show. We're live. We're here on Saturday morning. We got Ukulele Hero in the house. We got Ernie C from Body Count.
This is Chris.
That is going to be on, if I turn off that mic, on air here shortly. We're going to get into all kinds of things with him. Excuse me, I have a million things going on right now. But a song on that album that I want to play is called Black Hoodie. They actually did a video for this song, so check it out. It's a new Body Count.
All these people out here tripping off of police brutality like this shit is something new. Give me a fucking break. I've been talking about this shit for over 20 years. And now you can kill a motherfucker just because of how he's dressed? Are you fucking serious? Got on my black hoodie and pull up on my head. I didn't have a gun, so why am I dead? You didn't have to shoot me, and that's a known fact. And now I'm laying face down with bullets in my back. Got on my black hoodie and pull up on my head. I didn't have a gun, so why am I dead? You didn't have to shoot me, and that's a known fact. And now I'm laying face down with bullets in my back. sound of the police. That's the sound on the streets. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound on the streets. Now it's her day in court. We gotta have hope. Maybe some justice. Someone got it on video. They say do something. He used to gangbang. They made my homie look like fucking shit on everything. Had on a black hoodie. That's all it took. DA portrayed him as a dirty fucking street crook. They let the cops off. Nobody's fucking marked. Nobody had a clue. This never made the news. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound on the streets. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound on the streets. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound on the streets. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound on the streets. Get on my black hoodie. Get on my black hoodie. Get on my black hoodie.
This message is transmitted at the request of the President of the United States of America and the Office of Homeland Security. In compliance with the United Nations, the President of the United States has declared martial law. Curfew is now in place. Return to your homes. Any congregating of 2 or more people outside of your homes will result in you being arrested on site. Anyone possessing a firearm or any item or instrument that can be used as a weapon will be deemed an enemy of the state and will be arrested on site. UN peacekeeping garrisons have severed all data transmissions and telephone communications for national security. Any violation of martial law will result in immediate arrests and trial for treason. All traitors will be shot. America is now engaged in civil war.
It's already started. Maybe too late to stop. It's already on. They're shooting at cops. They're pushing the line. Racism is high. The country's divided. You know the fuck why. The press of the pull and pushes the
Welcome back to the music show. We are live on chaoticradio.com. That is the new Body Count. I've been playing that all morning, all week. And if you have not picked it up yet, it's a must. This album is just so amazing. The guitar tone, the texture, everything on this album is great. I mean, it's a great album to listen to in the gym. It's a great album to listen to driving in the car. I mean, it's the new Body Count. It's called Bloodlust, and it's amazing. And right now, I have one of the most raddest guitar players around, Mr. Ernie C, live on the phone. How are you, sir? Are you there? Do we have Ernie on the phone? Huh? Did we lose him? I know we've been having a bad connection. Do we want to call him back? Okay, we'll call him back. I know his cell phone was cutting out, so we'll keep playing it.
This shit is true. Coming soon to a town near you. They don't care about nothing. Just personal gain. These politicians wouldn't mind a war. Motherfuck your pain. Cops are killing people and never do time. In the hood we're killing each other like that ain't no crime. I'm feeling the tension. Don't tell me you don't. These fools will get us all killed. Don't tell me they won't. There's guns on the street. It's already too late. The net's overloaded with pure racial hate. The press just instigates. They love a fight. Don't give a fuck about who gets hurt. Just news at night. They try and twist the problem like it's white and black. But if you come to shoot me, yo, I'm shooting back. What side you on when this shit pops off? Black or white, wrong or right? Rich or poor, urban warrior shit might just jump off tonight. What side you on when this shit pops off? Black or white, wrong or right? This shit is true. Coming soon to a town near you.
Police are hunting for 2 suspects in a violent home invasion. They are worried that these men may strike again.
I've got no plans for getting loot legal. All black gear on, 12-inch suppressor, 44 Desert Eagle, laying in your parking lot, creeping in your lobby. Resist, no problem pushing holes through your fucking body. You can't escape me. If I want what you got, you can't evade me. No chance to call a cop. I'm doing my job. This is just what I do. You making money? I come and visit you. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. The ski mask way. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. The ski mask way. I'm in your rear view when you leave the club. How cold could I be? You look like food to me. All on Instagram, showing that cash off. What you really hope? I don't take his mask off. Don't make me punish you. Don't wanna hurt your wife. Come up off that watch. It ain't worth your life. I got a cool wall. Life has no meaning. We roll late night and hunt human beings. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. The ski mask way. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. The ski mask way.
You there?
Okay, you know what the fuck this is. Pay attention. Everybody move against that wall. Get down on your knees. Lock your fingers behind your motherfucking head. Now I didn't come here for no bullshit. We want what's in that motherfucking safe. You know the combination. Bring your punk ass over here. I will blow your motherfucking brain out. You're gonna open that motherfucking safe right now. That's your bitch? Grab his bitch. Bring her over here. No, I will not shoot you. I'm gonna shoot the bitch. Open the motherfucking safe now. Motherfucker, this is business, nigga. New car. We might come to visit you. Jewels. We might come to visit you. Flash cash. We might come to visit you. Pictures. We might come to visit you. Nice furs. We might come to visit you. Sell drugs. We might come to visit you. Break a lot. We might come to visit you. Pray to God. We don't come to visit you. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. The ski mask way. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid. The ski mask way.
Body count. Ernie C. in the house. Can you hear me? Are you there? Okay, he's not there again. So let's play another song.
It's unfortunate that we even have to say Black Lives Matter. I mean, if you go through history, nobody ever gave a fuck. I mean, you can kill black people in the street.
You there?
Nobody goes to jail. Nobody goes.
Yeah, I got it. I got it now.
Good. Welcome to the show. I'm sorry about that, but hey, look on the bright side. We just played pretty much the whole album.
Oh, great!
Sorry.
Well, I'm here now.
well, and I'm so happy that you're here, and I apologize for that little mishap. We got a couple new owners here at the station, and we've been changing over a bunch of stuff in the engineer room. So,
man, you know, we're past all that. Let's keep on going. We're past that. You know, no apologies necessary. It's good to be here.
Well, I'm so happy and I'm so excited. I know you and I have been going back and forth for about 6 or 7 months now, as far as getting you down here, getting you on the phone. And I know how to postpone a few weeks ago due to I got sick. But Ernie, I got to tell you, I am so pleased and so excited and so happy and so proud to be a fan of this album. I've always been a fan of Body Count, and I got to tell you, this album is a home run. This album is amazing. You know, I listen to this album and I feel like I could conquer the world. You know, I feel like if I was in a fight with 10 guys and this album was on, I'm gonna win. You know,
well, I wouldn't bet. That's pretty good. No, yeah, you know, timing is everything. You know, it's been 25 years since that first record came out, and this record comes out, and we seem to have a niche to get a record out when the timing is right. And this one just fell into place, and I believe it's probably our best record. I mean, as far as the first record was good and on time, but this record is technically better than the first record.
You know, I agree with that, and that's something that I know Chris in our engineer room that was getting you dialed in on the phone. You know, we were talking about that. We're all musicians here at the station. We have a little punk rock band called Toxic Energy that we jam around, you know, just, you know, here in Southern California. But we're always really interested in the gear that musicians use. Now, you're a left-handed guitar player. This sound on this album, the guitar tone, the texture, and the sound to me is absolutely amazing. Talk to me a little bit about the gear you're using or the gear you used for this particular album, because I got to tell you, the guitar tone is absolutely, it's beautiful. It's fucking great.
You know, you're only going to get that from a left-handed guitar. That's the secret right there. You got to have left-handed tone. That's a left-handed tone that you're hearing there. And you hear Juan in the background. And, you know, Dave Mustang plays on there, too. And he has a right-handed tone. You can probably tell the difference between the right-handed tone and the left-handed tone. But we do it real simple. I mean, it's nothing complicated. It's just recorded really well. And, you know, it's going through Eddie Van Halen amps, you know, and we recorded some of it through an amp called a Diesel, which is like a $7,000 amp or some ridiculous price that you can't take on the road, that you just, you know, use in the studio. We re-amp everything. My guitars are just Schecters, real simple. I don't use no knobs. I just have on-off switch on them, and I put like a really hot pickup in the back, and, you know, EMG, and, you know, it's real simple. It's nothing complicated about it. It's just the way it's recorded, and and this record has a lot of feeling in it. That's also what comes out across on this record. You know, that's a lot of passion. Music has passion. Guitars have passion to them. That helps out a lot.
You know, it's funny on the song, I think This Is the Way We Ride. And when you guys do the Raining in Blood, the cover, you know, they ask Ice, you know, what was the deal with Body Count, and he had to say, you know, you took bands for like Black Sabbath, the Vandals, and Slayer. And I got to tell you, in that specific song, I hear all of that. I hear a lot of Sabbath in that song, and it's crazy because I'm a huge Black Sabbath fan. I just did a quick news clip on Ozzy doing reunited with Zakk Wylde, because I love Ozzy's solo stuff. But it's so cool that you kind of touched on Suicidal Tendencies, Slayer, and Black Sabbath. And if you know those bands like I do very, very, very well, you hear that in this album, and it's specifically on that track. This is Why We Ride, and
it's everything.
Yeah,
everything mixed in there. But you know, I produced the Black Sabbath record.
Yes, well, I wanted to get into that because you did Stone Temple Pilots. You've done some stuff with Soundgarden. Talk to me about that.
Well, you know, I've been in the music business for 30 years, so I get an opportunity to do things, you know, that I like. But I produced a Black Sabbath record back in '94. You know, it came out well with Cozy Powell playing the drums, the late great Cozy Powell. And then the most interesting thing that ever happened in my life, I'm in the studio with Tony Iommi, and then watching Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck, and Brian May. So, you know, that was when rock and roll just, you know, that was the highlight of my rock and roll career, and I got to play on the original guitar that Tony played Iron Man on. He brought it for me to play because he never brings it out anymore, and he brought it for me to play, and I just thought that was cool, you know. So
I would have loved to be a fly on the wall. And again, Ernie, Tony Iommi brings a guitar, and we got another great tone. And why is that?
It's left-handed.
Another left-handed guitar player.
There's some sense to my madness.
Yeah,
you know?
no, it's and I was reading something about when you guys went to. Well, so let's back up a minute. I don't want to keep a lot of your time because I know we had a little trouble getting you on the line. So Body Count basically came to surface in 1990, and the first was
actually we started playing in '89, but you know, when our first show was in like 1990 at the a place in San Fernando Valley called Mancini's Pizza Parlor. That was our first show. So young bands out there, you know, just be humble. We played at our first show was at a pizza parlor. So keep on going from there.
Now, yeah. So there's a place in Long Beach that a pizza parlor that a lot of up and coming local bands play at. But Sire Records picked you guys up in '92. Is that correct?
Yes, in '92.
Okay.
You know, actually, we were shopping around a deal, but Ice was already on Sire Records, you know, and so they just kind of didn't want us to go anywhere else. It's not like they thought we were going to be the greatest thing going. They just didn't want Ice to be at another record company.
Right.
So that kind of helped out a lot. We did a show at the Coconut Teaser.
I remember that.
Seymour Stein came down. Seymour Stein is like the man. Seymour Stein signed Madonna, Talking Heads, Seal, Ice-T, and he just said to me, I like your band. I think you're going to do well. And that's all he said to me in my whole life.
Coconut, well, and look at you, and you've done, you know, I did my homework and I've done a lot of reading and research, and I've again kept up with this album where I can't turn this album off. I love it. It's great. But something that kind of struck me with you guys that I wanted to ask you about was when you guys went to Milan, Italy, and you had some pushback from the crowd. And talk to me. I like to hear your side on that.
Well, what happened was, you know, back in the day when bands were in, it was cool to spit on them. You know what I mean? It was like it was a punk thing that you spit on people, right? And so there's three guys in the front row. They started spitting on us, right? And so, you know, it's like, it's gross. You know, it was like when you know, all kind of stuff is in the air. It was in the 90s. So we were like, you know, they were spitting on us. And to start that show, our bass player was in the room drinking. He got to the show an hour and a half late. So, you know, it was just a strange show that day. Things weren't going right. So when we went out for the encore, I said to me, he says, "Who's been spitting on us, Ernie?" I said, "Those three guys in the front row." So I socked one of the guys. You know, we're from South Central. I socked the guy. So then his friend tried to grab Ice. So then it turned into like a free-for-all. And so what happens is, you know, we go off stage. The crowd starts booing us because we go off. We didn't do the encore. We ended the show. And so we were like, let's get out of here. And so the audience, you know, it was only like 50 people, but they started outside. They started getting Molotov cocktails together. They put the bus on a flat. And the funniest line ever was my guitar tech came in. He was outside because, you know, he went out there. He's like, there are people outside. He says, yeah, there's about 50 to 100. He says, and they don't want autographs. You know, so we're like, oh no. So they put the bus on a flat. We ended up stealing the cab.
Yes.
But you know, at the time, it wasn't as, you know, we could have died that night, you know, because they started throwing Molotov cocktails at us, and the police riot squad came out, and, you know, but, you know, it's rock and roll, you know, things don't happen, you know, when people spit on you and they disrespect you, you know, things can happen. So that's what happened, you know. And they you know, and Italians don't take no crap either. You know what I mean? They got their own country. They don't take crap. So we ended up, you know, with this big thing. And so then one of the biggest radio guys came on. He brought us on the show because it was like we had 5 more shows in Italy, so we were like petros. We were like scared to go to every city. So he came on. He's like the biggest star there. He says, "What did you expect him to do? You were spitting on the band. What do you expect him to do?" So he kind of defused the whole thing. So we, you know, that's what happened with that. But it was wild at the time.
Yeah, I know. I was reading about that, and I said I had to ask you about that because I just found it to be like crazy. Because I know you went on a radio station the following day, and the radio host was actually very upset. He's like, "How can you guys disrespect these guys? We're fans. We invited them here." You know,
and that's basically, he diffused it. So, but at the time, it was just 3 guys, and, you know, it was just three guys that got out of control, but everyone kind of, fell into it. It was just the energy of the crowd. So, but the other shows went well. We didn't go back there for like 19 years. And so last summer we went to Italy for the first time.
Well, you know what they say, there's an asshole in every crowd.
Yeah, you just got to find them. We played with skinheads in the crowd, so, and then the audience, then the skinhead I stage dove, and then the skinhead tried to choke me out, and the audience beat him down. Yeah. So that was interesting.
Well, God bless you, and you're still alive, and you put out an amazing album. Ernie, I wanted to ask you, with this album, so if you're just tuning in, we got Ernie C. from Body Count on the phone. We're talking about his new album, Bloodlust, which is an amazing album. If you have not got your hands on this album, get it, buy it, go out to their shows. I mean, this is a great album to work out to. This is a great album to clean your house to drive in the car. I mean, I ran 3 miles to it the other day on the treadmill, and I was ready to listen to it again. But I wanted to ask you, Ernie, you've been around in the industry for quite some time now. How do you feel about the music business now? Like when you actually released, when you released the first album, the first Body Count album, the self-titled in 1992, to now where people bought, I was right out of high school when you released that album, and I remember all the hype on it, but how do you feel about the industry now with the electronic downloading, with it being a real indie thing, with people not really standing in line for concert tickets anymore, and guys like you making, most of your money on the road? I mean, do you think and videos really aren't surfacing as much as they used to back in the day? Like, is this good or is this bad?
Well, it all depends. We've been in it a long time, so we notice a difference. But if you're new in it, this is your industry. This is industry you're choosing to get into. At this record right now, we don't sell as many records as we used to. I mean, we're older, and I don't know, bands aren't selling as many records, but this record is selling, and that's the thing. This record is a record that's selling. And my whole thing right now with bands and, just bands in general, not the music business, but bands, they don't sell records because they don't make good records. So, we wrote this record that you're listening to, we took time to make a record. You know what I mean? We took time on every song. We just didn't write a couple of singles and fill it up with filler material. This record is selling because we wrote a good record, and bands have to, get to their art and, put time into their music, passion into their music. Then you'll sell records. Then it won't matter what the industry's doing because you can survive on your own because you make good music. So That's my whole take on the music business, It is what it is. I mean, if you're new in the business and you're going into it, this is the business you're going to be in. This is the way it is. I know different, The people before us knew different. The Elvises and the Led Zeppelins, they sold hundreds of thousands of millions of records. So it's all a different kind of thing,
Yes. Now, Body Count was introduced in 1991 at Lollapalooza. Is that correct?
Yeah, we played Lollapalooza. Perry Farrell was a friend of mine. I met him when I was a messenger in Los Angeles delivering packages, and he wanted Sly Stone. So I knew Sylvester Sly. Sly and the Family Stones. I knew him, and he wanted him to be on a song that he was doing called Nigga Whitey. And I'm like, you can get Sly to be on this song. I know him. So I called up Sly, and he's like, yeah, I'll be there. And so the day that we were supposed to be recording that at Mates, Sly was like, he was gone. He was MIA. And I was just like sitting there with Perry and everyone. I said, you know this guy named Ice-T? He's a friend of mine. And I called up Ice. I said, Ice, can you get over here to record, do this thing for this guy named Perry Farrell? I was like, okay. So Ice went there. He showed up. He did the song. This is in 88. He did the song, no problem. We didn't ask for no money. Ice was a rapper. He was just starting his rap career then. And we did the song. And then 2 years later, when Perry putting together Lollapalooza, he said, they got Ice-T to be on it. And then Ice is like, what we'll do is take this band out and you guys play for 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And the catch about it was, at that point in our career, we were brand new. We did like 10 shows in L.A. We were like, because it was just me and Ice for the longest. It wasn't a band. So, because we were going to, we were just me and him. I played on all his rap records and stuff. So we put the band together, and we played for 15 minutes. And at that point, 15 minutes was long enough to keep everyone's attention. We played like 5 songs. We got in and out, and people were like, wow, they're fantastic, because we only played for 15 minutes. So then they anticipated when our record came out. So it was a good thing.
Yeah, I know. I was a big fan of Ice-T back in the day when he was even on the movie Breakin', and he was the DJ 6 in the morning, and all like, when he put out.
I'm on all that stuff. You know, I'm in Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. A lot of people know that, Ernie. Not a lot of people know that anymore, dude. That's one of the best.
You know,
Turbo and Ozone.
I was at the gym, and I saw these kids. They were like dancing and this and that. And I kind of walked. I'm a person that just to be talking. Right. So I walked over to them, and they were dancers. I'm like, "How y'all doing?" They were kind of breakdancing. I'm like, I said, "Have you heard of Electric Boogaloo?" He's like, "Oh, one guy's like, I heard of that movie. There was some great dancers." And then one guy, he was 25. He's like, "I never heard of that." I said, "Man, you're a dancer. You need to." That's like me playing guitar, and someone says, "You know who Jimi Hendrix is?" I'm like, "No, I never heard of him." Right. I'm like, you gotta go to your roots to take it a step further. He should. You know, I'm just like, no one knows about Electric Boogaloo. I was in a movie called Rappin' with Mario Van Peebles as a rapper and Force MDs. You know, we were in that movie.
Hey, somebody a couple guys I wanted to pay respect to was a couple of members that you had in the band that passed away due to cancer. Yeah, I want to pay respect to those guys, and I don't want three of them. Yeah, were they young, Ernie?
Yeah, well, my drummer passed in his early 30s. He was the first one to pass in the 90s. So that's when you thought we were invisible and everyone was going to live forever. So he kind of made us realize, oh, we're not going to live forever. So he was the first one to pass. And then our bass player got shot in South Central. Sometimes you can't go back home. He got shot down there. And at the time, he was playing bass for Iggy Pop. He was Iggy's bass player. Right. And so then our last guy, he passed of lymphoma. D-Rock. And, you know, D-Rock passed like 8 years ago. No, longer than that now. Wow. 10 years ago now. Yeah.
That's crazy. The video you guys released, Black Hoodie, what was, no pun intended, but that song really strikes a chord with me. What was the idea to do the video for that song and No Lives Matter? Well, I know there's a No Lives Matter one, but this Black Hoodie video, I mean, it's a great video. What was the idea? Was that just something that you guys, one of your most favorite tracks on the album?
Yeah, no, we're going to do a video for every song.
Oh, you are?
Every song, because like I said earlier, every song is like, we took time for every song. So we don't feel like every song, well, this song deserves, that's what bands do. This song deserves a video, this one doesn't, because this one is better, or this is more radio friendly. We're doing a video for every song. Right. So that's just the first one. That video was directed by Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
Oh, is it really?
He did. Yeah, he did. Wow. He directed that video, and he also has another one. He's also directing. This Is How We Ride. He's directing that.
Love that song.
And so, we have for the song. What's the name of the song?
Ski Mask.
We have animation. We're going to have one for Ski Mask Way. We have an animation video that we're doing. I forgot which song it was for. And the song about the slasher. What's the song about the slasher? Here I Go Again.
Oh, Here I Go Again.
We did it. It's like a horror movie. Yeah, one of ICE's Law and Order people did a video on that, and it's bloody, and you know it's really good.
Hey Ernie, right now I have a young gentleman from Japan in the studio with me. His name is say hello to Ernie. Oh, let me turn on your mic.
Hey.
Hold on.
Guy.
Go ahead. So,
Konnichiwa.
Yeah. So, Ernie, he plays punk and metal covers on a ukulele with a kazoo. He just did Ace of Spades for us.
Oh, that's cool.
It's Ernie.
Rest in peace, Lemmy. Lemmy used to be my drinking buddy.
Yeah.
Lemmy was my drinking buddy,
cool.
Yeah.
Ernie, when we get off the phone, I'm going to text you some links to him. I want you to check it out. It's great.
Okay,
you'll love it. If you're just tuning in, Ernie C from Body Count on the phone here at Kaotic Radio. Ernie, 25 years ago today, the riots, huh?
Yeah, you know what's so funny? Here's the funniest thing, the most of my life. This is the most not interesting, but this is very interesting because I wanted after we set up the date for this interview. I didn't know it was 25 years. Actually, I didn't know it was 25 years since our first record came out last month. But anyway, 25 years ago on this day, Ice and I were doing press up at his house. And I'm doing press today.
In Los Angeles? Oh, no, yeah, wow, no shit, huh?
25 years ago today, we were doing press up on Sunset Plaza Drive where Ice used to live. And we had, this used to be the time when they would fly in journalists from other countries, you know what I mean?
Right.
And a bunch of journalists were coming in from Europe and this and that. They were all up at his house. The publicists would bring them by. We were, doing interviews. And we saw the verdict and everything like that. And the riots were starting. And we were up on... at his house, looking into L.A., looking from up on the hill, and it was just like, we looked down at all the fires and everything like that. I remember that day quite well.
Yeah. What was your thinking on that? I mean, how did you feel about that? Like, I don't think any of it's necessary, but some point of it might have been necessary to prove a point. But then it just got to a point where it was just kind of a free for all, and we weren't really proving a point anymore. It was just like rambunctious looters and people just, I don't know.
It turned into something else.
It turned into
something else. Like you just said, there's always an asshole in every crowd.
Right.
In this one, we had a bigger crowd and bigger assholes. So, it turned into something that it shouldn't have been,
Yeah.
We were just like, we predicted it. We were a precursor to it, happening. We wrote Cop Killer a year and a half before that because people were coming at us saying, "Oh, you saw the riots and you came up with this song." No, we felt it, before that. So we knew the city was a powder keg anyway.
Right.
We felt the tension in the city, years before that. I mean, when I was, I grew up in South Central. I remember the cops, the gang unit, swooping on us, taking apart our hamburgers that we didn't have no money hardly, and they took apart our Big Macs, laid them out on the street, and put them back together.
Why?
I mean, stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. We were searching us. They going out They took out our Big Macs, laid them out on the street, searching.
Yeah.
Just laid it out, opened up the box, laid out the hamburger, then put it back together and put it back in the box.
Just to be an ass. Yeah.
Just because, and we were young kids in the hood, and that's what happens, Ice does Law and Order, he's been on that for like 18 years.
Yeah.
And he said that, I always listen to him because a lot of stuff that he writes, I have to, interpret it,
Right.
And I talk to him about every song, about everything, his feelings on it. But he was talking about, he had a scene that he was talking to the captain, and he says to the captain says to him, he has to go to the Upper East Side, which is where all the rich people live in New York. They're really rich, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like Beverly Hills on steroids. New York is like really rich. So the captain says to him, tread lightly over there. And what that means is, these people have money. So, you can't do what you normally do because they have money. So it goes back to the young kids in the hood. They took apart our Big Mac. No one said tread lightly when you go down there. It's a free-for-all. So we felt that, years before the Rodney King verdict.
Yeah. Do you... like when Ice-T did, Colors and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Colors. Dennis Hopper used to stay on the side of the stage with me. He loved our band. Yeah.
I think I read that somewhere, but I wanted to ask you, like, the Crips and the Bloods, is it still as powerful as it was back then? Do you think?
It still goes on. Yeah. I mean, it's still there, but they don't talk about it as much. They don't talk about gang violence as much. It's kind of like died down because so many problems. People don't know what problem to focus on. That's a problem in a small, little part of Los Angeles that goes on. There's gangs all around L.A.
Right.
Crips and Bloods are all around L.A. But now we got to worry about government problems. We got big problems. We got world problems. We got problems that could kill everyone, not just, a small part of the population. Now we got big problems, so you don't hear about that one as much. You turn on the news, you turn on the news today, it's all about South Korea. Are we getting ready to bomb them or they bomb us? It's not just so, focused in a small area.
I agree, and I don't really talk I don't talk politics at all. I like to bring people together. I think politics at times could push people away from each other, and it polarizes people. And that was that's one of the reasons why I started this music show, was because especially with the way the world is going now, with more kids watching Netflix instead of regular TV, more people are listening to satellite and internet radio as per terrestrial radio, and you have so many songs, whether it be Body Counts, Cop Killer from 1992, Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll, whether it's a song from Suicidal back in the day, Boston, Leonard Skinner or NWA or whoever it is. And I just feel like these songs don't need to die. There's still a place for these songs. That's why I started this thing called the music show, because I was a kid in the 5th grade that wore a Motley Crue shirt and parachute pants, but I was breakdancing to Run DMC. I was considered a poser at that time, and I didn't care because I still did it. But look, today I can honestly sit here. I've had people on my show from Cypress Hill to Pennywise and Buck Cherry, and I could honestly say, and then with you on the show, I mean, it's just another notch in my belt. It's great on my resume to sit and talk to somebody like you and get your stamp of approval for what I do is definitely a feather in my hat. But I gotta say that I feel that there's so much music that's out there that we just all forget about, that doesn't get played anymore. And I feel like when I could come here and I could get on air and I could let everybody escape and start their Saturday morning with, oh, I remember that song, oh, that's a great song, or Ernie from Body Counts on the phone, or we got Ukulele Hero, and we're all escaping the everyday drama and the everyday how scared we are sometimes to just go anywhere, and I feel like with this show we could kind of escape from that. And how music gives you goosebumps, certain songs do, and
it should,
and that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not the biggest guy in radio, but I will tell you something, I'm coming and I'm not stopping. There's no stop signs in front of me.
I can relate to you totally. I'm the black guy that went to school in South Central LA that listened to Led Zeppelin. So, I understand that completely. People thought I was crazy. When people don't know what it is, they don't know exactly what word to put on it. You were a poser. What are you posing for? You just do what you want to do. But music should be like that. I'm glad that, music is getting more like that, but, it's still... Music is, it has a lot of, it's a lot of separate parts of music. People really aren't crossing over in music the way they should. They're trying to say we're rap and rock, but we're actually a rock band.
Sure.
But music should be just, everyone should listen to everything. That's what I like about Europe. The kids, we toured Europe. We had Sheryl Crow open for us. We played with the Black Crowes. We've opened for REM. You know what I mean? In Europe, you can throw anything together. America tries it. We give it a good shot. We do Coachella, but Coachella is like a whole nother thing. But in America, like when you do a tour, we go out on Mayhem. It's a lot of the same similar bands because everyone listens to the same similar stuff.
Sure.
In Europe, they mix it up. We went out. Who did we play with last year? We play with everyone. We just don't play with metal bands or rock bands. We can play with, play with Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool because these are bands that I wouldn't go see.
Right.
and I'm part of it. See, about me saying that makes me sound more American because I don't listen to Panic at the Disco. But we played with them and I thought they were cool after I saw them.
Well, that's what I kind of loved about Lollapalooza and the Smokeout Fest is like when they started doing that, I remember seeing Eminem on there before Eminem was anybody. I remember seeing Body Count on there, and then, it would go from Body Count to like Pennywise to NoFX to Eminem. I mean, and I've always said this, and it's weird that if a lot of times I've put or I'll see punk bands play with reggae or metal bands, and it always crosses over really, really I have a little punk rock band, and we just opened up for Overkill at the Grove in Anaheim, and I was really kind of nervous, but it crossed over extremely well, and they liked it.
Yeah, no. Once you get the music together, it's fine. It's just the promoter, getting it through the promoter's head that it works. Before Lollapalooza, we did a thing in the 80s called Gathering of the Tribes. And it was just it was supposed to run up the West Coast, and it went out. It was Queen Latifah, it was Ministry, it was Soundgarden, Ice-T. Then it had some other rappers on it, but it was like that kind of mix. That didn't do well. When the first time we did it, that didn't do well because, it just didn't mix well. And then Perry did Lollapalooza, sure. And we looked at it. The timing was better, for it to hit exactly right. Because at that time, Nirvana was coming out. And so things were getting away from that glam. Right. Musicians were being themselves. They wasn't being like a facade. And that's what happened in the 90s. Musicians started being themselves again.
Yeah. On this Bloodlust album that you guys just released, where was it recorded and who engineered it? Because it's top notch, and I want to give those guys a plug.
That's Will Putney. Will Putney did Manslaughter with us also, and he's in New Jersey. And he's like a Jewish kid, he's 27 years old. We had a funny thing. We're like, well, if the Klan comes and gets us, we were like, they're gonna hang all of us, right? And then we're like, well, you're safe. He's like, no, I'm Jewish. I'm like, oh, all we got to do is outrun Will now. He's a good kid. We love Will is in our band, And so we thought that was just the funniest thing when he said he was Jewish because we thought it was a little white kid, and it's the greatest thing. It even makes the band even better, that we have a Jewish producer,
What's the deal with some California dates? I got to come see you, and if I got to get on a plane. The wife already knows I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting when you guys are going to be relatively. I can't fly to Australia or anything, but I'm down to go. I'll jump on I just got back from New York, but I'm.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
But here's the deal with that. This year we're just playing spot dates. We're playing Chicago. We're just playing certain spot dates. Letting this record do what it's doing because we're only going to play shows that we get paid enough money to do. We're not going to play shows just for the sake of playing shows. Mm-hmm. But we do. I have something to announce. We're going to play the Live Wire Awards, which is going to be in Los Angeles at the Nokia Theater. We're going to play that the 24th of October. We're going to go do 3 songs, but one of them is going to be the Slayer song, and Kerry King's going to come out and play guitar with us. So,
excellent.
That's going to be cool.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
What do you do? What do you do on your downtime? What do you do for fun? What do you do outside of Body Count and all your other bands and everything you got going on?
I got grown folks that are kids. Yeah. And I have my grandbaby. I spend time with my grandbaby. I mean, I'm mellow. I try to help out with Music Cares now. Try to help these young kids get off heroin. That's a major epidemic for musicians. I mean, not just musicians in general, but I have an insight to help musicians, young kids, do that. So that's kind of good of service. That's good. I'm old enough now to have a little time and a little sense, so I can say some wise things here and there. So that's what I do. That's what occupies my time.
Well, God bless you, man. I wish you nothing but much more success, good health. I'm glad there's no stop signs in front of Body Count. This album, and I'm not just saying it because you're on the show today. I mean, I'm like serious, like I can't stop listening to it. I mean, I got my favorite tracks on here. I like it better than, the other albums, and I'm just shooting you straight. I like the other albums, but dude, this album it's a home run. You guys hit it out of the park, and I'm just so pleased and so happy to talk with you. I think you are just a wonderful, grounded human being, and to like I was telling Ukulele Hero here today, sometimes you have these bands that you follow, and then you meet the guys in the bands, and you're like, oh, then you kind of don't like the band as much because they're just not the most kindest person. But it goes a step further when you love a band, and then you meet the band or the musician, and they're just a warm spirit, and they're a good human being, and you've seen it all, dude. You've seen it all, from the riots to what's going on now, from Napster to buying albums. I mean, I would love to sit with you and buy you dinner one day and just pick your brain even more, but I got to tell you that it's such an honor for me to sit here and have a conversation with you, and I just can't thank you enough.
Cool, that's no problem. We'll do it again.
We'll do it again, and I will see you in October. If not, I will see you sooner. I'm going to put this album in regular rotation. We will keep it playing. I will plug it. I will push it.
Thank you so much.
I will plug all the shows, and I will support this album. Sin Dog from Cypress Hill, he's been a great friend to me, and he's helped me out with some things and helping me build.
He's a good dude. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he's got a new band coming up called Power Flow, and I could see Power Flow and Body Count on the same bill.
I like his other band. I like his other band.
Oh yeah, he had that other band too. That I can't remember the name. It's something Tech Nine or no, I can't remember the name. I don't.
No. It was like a bunch of numbers. It was some numbers.
There was numbers involved, and they weren't. And they weren't 420.
It was a combination of numbers in the band.
Yeah, it's great.
When I figure it out, I'll text it to you. Okay.
Yeah. Ernie, God bless you. Thank you so very much. And if I can do anything for you, please just text me, call me, and next time I'd love to have you down to the studio. And long live,
we'll do it.
Long live Body Count and left-handed guitar. My son's here in the studio listening. He's a left-handed guitar player as well.
There it is. He has great tone.
It's all in the hand. Ernie, thank you so very much. You have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll be in touch.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day, sir. We'll talk soon.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
That's like if I was to say gay lives matter and you say all lives matter. If I said women's lives matter and you say...
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Ernie C. from Body Count. So get out, check out those, check this record out, buy the merch, go to the shows. Like you heard, he's going to be in LA October 24th. Anyway, I've been playing a lot of this album, and I just really, really excited right now to talk to that guy, and I can't wait to see where it takes us. But this is the self-titled on it, No Lives Matter. So you guys get a little taste of it. But right now, I'm going to turn it back over to my friend, Ukulele Hero. You're not getting out without playing me some more music.
I'm still here.
You're still here. How'd you like that? Ernie C. from Body Count. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
His best friend is Ice-T.
I know.
Ice-T's legit. He wrote Colors. He wrote 6 in the Morning. Hey, can we have another song, please? Before you leave, do us a solid. What do you want to hear? Chris, what do you want to hear? Well, do you have the Buzz Report? Yeah. Oh. Chris has got things to plug. We're almost out of here, but we can't let Ukulele Hero leave without playing us another jam. Let him rock it. Whatever you what do you feel like playing? John, I know you're back there. John came back in the room. Oh, Dutchie's here. Dutchie, get on, Mike. What do you want to hear?
More of that.
The kazoo? Oh, more of the beer cracking? If you're just tuning in, the show's coming to a screeching halt here in a few minutes, but we're going to play a couple more songs, and I want to thank Ernie C. from Body Count. Again, get out, get that album, Bloodlust. It's a great album, a great guitar work, and I just can't thank them enough. And Ukulele Heroes in the house, get on his Facebook, his Instagram, check him out. I'll be what's that?
He's got a SoundCloud.
What's his SoundCloud?
It's Ukulele Hero.
Ukulele Hero SoundCloud. Right. It's great stuff. Again, like I told you already once before, I think you're a great guy, and I'm so stoked that you're here, and you're part of the family now, bro. We're adopting you. So fire away with whatever you want to play. I don't care what you play. I love watching you, and I love hearing you. Ukulele Hero here on the Music Show on Kaotic Radio.
If I live in a perfect world, I'll spend my days lying in the sun, but it never ends in a perfect world. If your life has hit the skids, wave goodbye to the wife and kids, ready to move into a perfect world. Natural picnic feed up bears. Now nobody even cares in the new America. Nothing in this world for free, cause everything belongs to me. No more green fee in a perfect world. If I live in a perfect world, I would spend my days on innocent. But it never ends in a perfect world. If your life has hit the skids, wave goodbye to the wife and kids. Everyone's with me in a perfect world. Everyone's with me in a perfect world. Everyone's with me in a perfect world. Yeah.
Beautiful. Where's your favorite place to play? Anywhere?
Anywhere. Yeah.
Anywhere. Do you got a specific place you like to go? Are you just jamming around here, just in Orange County, LA, and stuff like that, or do you get out to like San Diego, the Bay Area, or anything like
once
that?
in a while, yeah. I played San Diego, Lake Havasu, Arizona.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah.
Invite me there, so
yeah,
I played there.
Well, he's a good guy to have in your corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. So, again, let's plug any upcoming shows you got.
So, I'll be in Vegas next month.
That one, yes,
Yeah.
for Punk Rock Bowling.
Yeah, and what else? I might going down to San Diego to play Tiki Oasis.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of big show. So
will you do me a favor whenever you're in the area, will you come in and say hi to us and keep us posted with everything you're doing?
Sure, yeah.
So we can plug you, and John and Chris and I will talk about doing something with you, and we'll also make sure we get you out to It's Not Dead with us.
Right, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, we would love to have you. I can end the show with another song, but I think we should let you take it away. How about Bob from NoFX?
All right.
And we'll call it a show.
Okay.
And thank you so much for coming down. We really appreciate it.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, you could come sit in on any show you want.
Okay.
You don't have to play. You can just come co-host if you want. That's it right here. I'm always going to keep it open just for you. No one's allowed to sit there.
Okay.
So it's always going to be open for. I don't care if I have a ska band in here with 10 guys. We'll get half of them out of here. Anyway, Ukulele Hero in the house, taking us out with Bob from NoFX. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you to Ernie C. Thank you to Body Count. Thank you to Guttermouth. Thank you to Chris McBride in the engineer room. And thank you to all our Kaotic family, friends, and listeners. Much appreciated. Have a great weekend. Don't die.
Spend 50 years, get ready for 50 years to live, explore what's Bob gonna do now that he can't drink. The doctor said, what you been thinking about? Bob says that's the point. I won't think about nothing. Now gotta do something else. Oi! Pass the time, have chef, head out of new identity. 62 hoe and cushion Bruce and a girl who rides a scooter to take him out. said, will he ever walk the line? 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 Will he ever walk the line?
Bob, you can let it here. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great weekend.